You're watching RwandaTV News with me, Jane Mutoni. Now, this Saturday, the First Lady of the Republic of Rwanda, Her Excellency Jeannette Kagame, joined the Inkomoko in celebrating 10 years of its foundation and its activities in Rwanda. Local authorities and health advisors have committed themselves to promoting the Kitchen Gardens program to help meet the government's goal of reducing child malnutrition and stunting to at least 19% by 2024. Very welcome to the news in details. Now, this Saturday, the First Lady of the Republic of Rwanda, Her Excellency Jeannette Kagame, joined the Inkomoko in celebrating 10 years of its foundation and its activities in Rwanda. In her remarks, the First Lady appreciated the work that Inkomoko has been doing in promoting the business sector in Rwanda. Olivnete has this report.
In a ceremony that joined various officials and various people in the business sector, the Inkomoko, a company that provides business advisory services and which supports micro and small enterprises across East Africa, celebrated its 10th anniversary since it was founded and started its activities in Rwanda. Some of the entrepreneurs that were supported by the Inkomoko say that their growth and development is due to the initiative of this organization.
I have been with Inkomoko since the early stage of Temako. And I think I'm among the, if I'm not the first, I'm among the first entrepreneurs that worked with Inkomoko. And from that, I remember well, before joining the Inkomoko, I knocked in different financial institutions looking for a loan, but in vain, because they were questioning about the profitability and the viability of my business, not forgetting the collateral. The lucky day comes when I met Inkomoko. They give me $3,500,000 as an investment, and they trusted in me, and they took chance on me. Now I'm here today celebrating their 10 years anniversary. I'm very happy to be part of Inkomoko Entrepreneurs. Today I have over 100 people in my team and have worked in 8 districts across the country and supplied to reasonable customers from Goma and Bukavu and DRC.
When Inkomoko opened offices back in 2020 in Garissa and Dadaab, I saw the opportunity to grow myself and also to support entrepreneurs like Lillian and Emmanuel to demonstrate that they too are worthy of investment and they too can make a difference in the society. I'm happy at the end of the day I was able to join as a business development manager. Today, we serve over 2,000 small businesses in Garissa and Dadaab. I can proudly say that we are a trusted partner within the society. And not only that, I'm also a proud role model to young Muslim women.
Sarah Lidom, the COO and co-founder of Inkomoko, appreciated the support of the government of Rwanda and also noted that during their daily work, they also learned a lot from various entrepreneurs they worked with.
The First Lady has encouraged all of us to invest in those of us who are too often overlooked in our communities. And certainly Inkomoko would not have been able to grow to reach Kenya and Ethiopia if we hadn't also had the strong base of support of Rwanda. In doing this work for 10 years, I feel like the entrepreneurs and the clients have truly been my teachers. I am so grateful to all of you for walking this journey with us, for teaching me, for celebrating entrepreneurship, for celebrating the countries that we're in and investing in young entrepreneurs, and just walking on this journey together. So I am grateful every day, but particularly today, at the incredible team that we have, our dear clients, my dear Julian, our dear partners who can make this come together.
The First Lady of the Republic of Rwanda, Her Excellency Jeannette Kagame, joined the Inkomoko in celebrating 10 years of its foundation and its activities in Rwanda. In her remarks, she appreciated the work of Inkomoko in playing a role in the development of the business sector in Rwanda.
Dear Inkomoko family, it must be said the wonderful work you have put in is truly a gift to us all. And judging from your model's exportation to Kenya and Ethiopia, you are on the right track to a global presence. For that, we salute you. You've shown inspiring, deeply humane inclusiveness in your service provision and embodied the Rwandan effort to overcome poverty and protect the dignity of not only our citizens, but also those who have sought refuge in Rwanda. You do your part daily in contribution to our national strategy for transformation to achieve the high standards of living where we all deserve. For that you have earned your accolades. You may already know this, dear friends, but small to medium-sized business represent 80% of our labor force and 90% of our private sector.
Inhomoko started its activities in 2012. It currently has 9 offices in Rwanda, and it has expanded its activities in Kenya and Ethiopia. It provided its services to more than 40,000 entrepreneurs across East Africa and has spurred the creation of more than 35,000 jobs. Olive Nete, RTV News.
Thank you, Oli, for that report. Now, investors and people working in the tourism sector have noted that the measures taken to fight the COVID-19 pandemic when it was at its worst was greatly helped to give visitors confidence now that the worst of the threat has passed, helping for a quick recovery of the sector. Now, Prince Manzi has this report.
Aimable Nsabumukiza is an employee in one of the companies that facilitate tourists to move across different places in the country. He states that COVID-19 affected highly the tourism sector, but since the measurements taken by the government were implemented, the sector is now rising gradually. We had events like Chogam and other events like sports tournaments, and we also entered the summertime where people come for holidays. In these days, things were good, hotels received clients, we also got bookings. I can say that in these past 2 to 3 months, things were good. The tourism sector was seriously affected by the COVID-19 pandemic, shrinking by as much as 35%. Those working in the sector say that the international meetings and other kind of events that took place in Rwanda gives a promising future that the sector will rise and perform as it did before the pandemic.
We do see so much influence from the country itself, but then a lot of attraction to the country. There's so much inquiries coming, but there's that inquisitive that is coming from the outside population. We do see people wanting to know what Rwanda is like. Previously, I think, maybe a couple of people, I could name a couple of countries that probably never knew Rwanda, or maybe some of its nationals never stepped in Rwanda. But with all these royals that were able to come, and the fact that we hosted quite a number of prime ministers and heads of states in the country, it sort of opened people up to see the opportunity that Rwanda is as a tourism or as a touristic destination. What we see today is that we have seen a huge progress, a huge inquiry, and a huge interest into the country itself. There's so much interest coming from not only corporates, we see corporate organizations wanting to send their staff to inquire about Rwanda. We see politicians who've picked interest. We also see a number of more royals as well.
Some say we would have been to other countries, but they ask themselves, what if they didn't put strong measurements against the pandemic, and they decide to visit us? We have hope, and we thank our leaders on the measurements to fight against the COVID-19 that led to being trusted as a country and us as people in the tourism sector. Rwanda is now a destination that attracts a lot of tourists, ever since it is home to the big 5 animals. The Director General of the Rwanda Chamber of Tourism at the Private Sector Federation, Gisa Frank Mugisha, states that the Kwitizina ceremony, among other events, is going to attract more tourists again.
We believe
it to be amazing because if we are going to host people who can promote what we have in Rwanda, that can be taken to international markets and tourism, It is understandable that will result into other numerous opportunities and also to move the rate from 80% to 100% because as per the trajectory, things are moving right.
twari dufite muri 2009 kandi turabona ko trajectory icyerekezo ari cyiza.
Numbers demonstrate that in 2019 the tourism sector gained $498 million. In 2020, these figures reduced to $131 million due to COVID-19, and in 2021 it increased 25% and reached $164 million. The chief tourism officer in the Rwanda Development Board, Michaela Rugwizangoga, states that even though the COVID-19 pandemic affected the tourism sector, it won't stop the government to share the 10% income from the national parks, as they are now being visited at large.
To date, more than $7.9 million have been invested in 881 projects in communities adjacent to the Volcano Park, Akagera Park, Gishwati Mukura Park, Nyungwe National Park, etc. This program has built schools, water harvesting facilities, homes for vulnerable families, and developed modern market and community health centers. Although the program was impacted by the pandemic, we are pleased to report that the government of Rwanda is investing more than $2 million in the tourism revenue sharing program for the year 2022-2023, which is more than the amount invested in the program before COVID. And I think this deserves an applaud. This is a testament of the commitment of the government of Rwanda toward conservation, and we are confident that this trend will continue as we welcome more and more visitors to our national parks.
The tourism sector contributes greatly to the economy of Rwanda as it holds 48% of the country's gross domestic product. Prince Manzi, RTV News.
Distinguished guests and celebrities who attended the Kwita Izina gorilla naming ceremony on Friday were on Saturday hosted at a function in Ruvu district of the Western Province, where they were shown some of the country's other attractions and investment opportunities. Take a look.
Mbere iki gikorwa twakoze cyari kigamije guhura nanone n'abashyitsi bacu.
We organized this event to bring together our special guests and other partners, but also to showcase the other tourism opportunities in the country, because Rwanda's tourism activities do not revolve around just the gorillas. We also brought the guests here to Ruvu to show them some of the investment opportunities available, as well as activities they may be interested in engaging in, be it tourism, investment, or environmental protection.
Harimo iby'ubukerarugendo, iby'ishoramari nk'uko nari mvuze, cyangwa se ibyo kubungabunga ibidukikije.
The visitors were impressed by what they saw.
Comme on dit, le slogan le dit si bien, la conservation c'est la vie.
Like I said, environmental conservation is life, and the welfare of animals should be taken care of, just as our welfare is scattered for. We all share this world, and their habitats should be protected. There are many investment opportunities in Rwanda, and I believe we all saw what areas of interest should be considered.
Local authorities and health advisors have committed themselves to promoting the Kitchen Gardens program to help the government's goal of reducing child malnutrition and stunting at least by 19% by 2024. Innocent Mugabo has this report.
Trees in their homes say that they have helped them get vegetables and fruits, as well as prevent malnutrition and stunting in children.
For us, we have them. We have the pawpaw, vegetables and avocado. We are doing fine. It is a loss not to have a kitchen garden, because it also helps in fighting malnutrition and stunting. A kitchen garden is very important, because it helps us in feeding our children a healthy diet. It also helps us cut our expenses, since we do not have to go buy the vegetables from the market.
Not all homes have kitchen gardens. Rutonde village in Shorongi sector of Rulindo district is the good example.
I rent this place and found it without a kitchen garden. We used to buy vegetables, but later we decided to plant our own here. For me, I bought this place with a house space only, but that doesn't mean that I cannot find any other alternatives, like planting them in jerry cans. Here we mostly grow bananas, meaning that if they cannot fail to also get where to plant fruit trees. What is lacking is will. Most of them are permanent residents. That is why I think that it might be the authorities that are not putting in enough effort in sensitizing them about the program.
Local authorities and health advisors across the country say they have put effort into campaigns to encourage people to have kitchen gardens because they play a major role in fighting malnutrition and stunting among children.
For us to be able to follow up on this matter, we work hand in hand with the village health advisors, or we also personally intervene.
Prime Minister Dr. Edouard Ngirente recently asked local authorities to ensure that every household has a kitchen garden and edible fruit trees.
Buri mugoronome w'umurenge, buri muyobozi w'akagari, buri muyobozi w'umurenge, buri muyobozi w'akarere wungirije ushinzwe ubukungu gushyira imbaraga muri gahunda yo gutera ibiti by'imbuto ku ngo zacu.
Every sector veterinarian, cell, sector and district leader at every level should put effort into planting fruit trees and vegetables in every homestead. The kitchen garden program still exists, and those who do not have a kitchen garden should consider having one because that is the only way we shall be able to increase food production. We should stop being lazy and make sure that we embrace this program so that we can also increase food production. Let's plant fruit trees at our homes, at least 3 per home.
Hari gahunda twavuga ko nibura buri rugo urwaho rwateye ibiti bike rwatera ibiti bitatu.
The 2020 Demographic and Health Survey, DHS, shows that malnutrition and stunting among children under the age of 5 is at a rate of 33%. The goal is that by 2024, this problem will have been reduced to 19%. About 30,000 early childhood development centers have been built across the country, and that is where parents are taught how to put up kitchen gardens and plant edible fruits in addition to preparing a healthy diet.
Well, there you have it. On behalf of the entire news production team, thank you very much for your company. I'm Jane Mutoni. Bye for now. Have a great weekend.